Come on in now, baby. The kettle's warm and there's a rocking chair just for you right by the window.
That's the one I used to rock your mama to sleep in when she was just a bundle of curls and giggles. You comfortable? Good. Let me tell you something. Something most folks today might not believe. Back then, we fed 6 hungry mouths every single day, 3 meals a day, on just $100 a month. That's right, no fancy stores, no frozen dinners, no takeout bags with logos on them. Just a quiet kitchen, a deep pantry, and a whole lot of love. Now you might be wondering how a pantry like ours could ever keep up with 6 appetites, especially when those appetites belonged to 3 growing boys and a man who worked sun-up to sundown.
But that pantry, oh honey, it never ran out. You see, it wasn't magic, it was rhythm. A little bit of planning, a touch of tradition, and a whole lot of respect for every grain, every spoonful, every crust. I still remember the layout of that pantry like I'm standing in front of it now. On the top shelf, we kept what I called our anchor foods. Big burlap sacks of flour, rice in tall mason jars, pinto beans, cornmeal, and oats, the old-fashioned kind, not that quick stuff. Those were the foundations of most of our meals. Below that shelf was the heart shelf. Canned tomatoes we grew and jarred ourselves, green beans from the summer garden, and a few tins of sardines. Your granddaddy loved those on crackers. There were glass jars with dried onions, lentils, and barley. Oh, and sugar, not too much, just enough to sweeten life when needed. Bottom shelf, that was the roots and bones shelf. Potatoes, onions, garlic in brown paper bags. And if we'd had a roast or chicken that week, that's where the leftover bones went, wrapped up in cloth for broth later on. Every item had a purpose. Nothing just sat around. That pantry wasn't a display, it was a promise that we'd eat, no matter what the weather or the wages. I'd wake up early before the sun with a pot of oats already bubbling, a pinch of salt, a splash of milk, maybe even a little honey if we had it. The smell would drift through the hallway and I'd hear little feet pattering on that old wooden floor. "Mama, is it oatmeal day?" they'd ask. "Every day's oatmeal day if you're grateful," I'd say with a wink. And we'd sit, elbows touching, with the sun peeking through lace curtains and steam rising. It wasn't just about food, baby. It was about care, about honoring the work that went into every bite, the soil, the hands, the choices. And when we'd scoop rice onto plates for dinner, or spoon stew thick with beans and carrots, I'd always say the same quiet blessing. Thank you for enough. You don't need a full fridge to feel full, sweetheart. Sometimes all you need is a full heart.